dark night,
Rainy on the
giving us
dark
something to
night,
hold
give us
on
something to hold
when we
on.
feel utterly lost,
Utterly lost,
unsure how to proceed.
unsure how to proceed.
What if
What
that
if
home I am
that
so
home I
missing
am so
is
missing
inside
is
me?
inside?
What if
What
that
if
longing for home
that
is actually a longing to be fully at home in us, in me?
with me?
What if that cure for
the cure
loneliness
for
is turning within?
loneliness
My mother said something very useful a few years ago, and I like that. She says, if there's something that you can't fix, just step over it.
Just step
And
over.
that was useful for me.
That was
Because I
useful
think
for
I have
me
that sort
because
of
I have
mind that tries to
mind that try
understand
to
all this.
understand you.
And sometimes you cannot
Sometimes you
understand
cannot
it
understand
because it makes no
because it makes
sense. Then
no
learn
sense.
to just
Learn
step
to
over
step
it.
over it.
Let it go.
Let it go.
That was useful.
That was useful. Step over.
What's the point of
What's
dwelling
point
on all
of
the
dwelling
stuff that's not
step
right?
not right?
Take care of it as good as you can, and then concentrate again on the things that will actually bring you forward, rather than hold you back or make you sad. I've spent lots of years being sad, and I've written a lot about it. And for me, this was a way of kind of making sense of it, where it comes from and why and how. I'm just grateful that my life is so shifted now, that I don't have those overwhelming worries about my relationship or the sadness in me. That's gone. That's gone. For that I'm grateful. I don't know if it comes also with getting older, that you anyway reach a point where you can be at ease without having to always find ways to improve things, because they're already good. There's already so much good. We've been together for over 40 years, 40 years married, and have 4 beautiful children. We had lots of good things, but there were also things that were not so right. Living in a relationship where I loved the person so much, but there was also so much that was not nourished. We lost the connection to each other, and in a way, his needs were different than mine. It's just that we had moved into different directions. After we separated, although my head understood it completely and we did it for the right reasons and with lots of care, my heart took a lot longer to accept that. First of all, there's disbelief that this really has ended now. And I think for quite a long time one always thinks maybe one can still fix it. This can't be it. But there's another voice in my head that says it's time to let go for a long time, so just accept that.
Just accept it.
But I don't think the heart and the mind speak the same language. They often misunderstand each other. What was helpful in that time of my grief was I have a good friend who said to me, you can phone any time of the day or night if you just need to talk. And that was very helpful because I felt the times that I could really disappear, I could disintegrate, I was so sad. And he just kind of gave me that little bit of, like a railing. There's somebody who makes sure that I'm not disappearing.
When you're not disappearing.
And he never grew tired of hearing me talking about my problems and about my sadness and how I don't understand it. And I think a person who is hurt needs to talk about that and rehash this whole thing again and again and again and again. And I do think eventually you accept it. It is easy to lean on somebody else when we're feeling in need of help. But as soon as we realize that, I think we'll have to actually go within again, because it's there that we find the strength. I think there's also a process that has to do with time. Our life is made in a way that we are always swimming again on top. I don't think nature actually lets us drown. So we have to just hang in there. Life is a bit of a conveyor belt. It will move us along. We just have to actually be patient enough that we will come out again after that. You can really only do something right now. Think about that. I think through all this reading I've done in all those philosophers and clever people, this is the message. Try really to just concentrate on today, because you can't predict what's happening. You're just wasting energy. Try not to waste energy on that. No. That robs you of valuable living time. I've heard this for so many years, but until it actually fell into place and understood it, maybe this happens with getting older, as you said. There's something to look forward to.
Something to look forward.
Oh. My early days of my grieving, sitting there thinking about my life and how to go forward, and my heart ached. And somehow within that morning, it was overcast and the light was shining onto the water. There was the stillness in me, and all of a sudden I thought of those moments when you were very close, and also in the early times, as my treasure. And regardless of the outcome, this will always be my treasure. And somehow that felt such a deep wisdom. And I'm so grateful for that. And it's okay now that he lives somewhere else and I live somewhere else. And that's fine. I've done a lot of good loving and good living. And I'm grateful for the time we had together. My life has been very rich. And now I just love my very ordinary everyday life with doing my work, painting, baking the bread here and there.
Baking.
The small things.
This
the
small
beauty in the small
thing,
things.
pretty small thing.
Das Glück der kleinen Dinge.
Kleine Ding.
That's what I love.
Den I love.
I love it when the neighbor's cat comes and visits me.
Cats come visit
Or the
me.
light comes in a certain way.
Certain way.
I love when
I
something
love
in the garden
something in the
starts to
garden
flower.
start flower.
I think it's important
I think
that we
it's
hold on to
important
those things because
to
they
them
are actually
because
all
they're
around
actually
us.
all
We don't need to
around.
look
We
for the
don't
big
need for the
things
big
to make us
things
happy.
to
If
make
you
you
can just
happy.
train yourself a little bit to see that. I'm completely at
I'm
peace.
completely
I feel younger than when I was in my
younger than
40s
when I was
because
40s because I
there's
feel
joy and there's
joy.
spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
If the next 10, 20,
Next
30 years
20,
are
30
there
years
for just
for
living, I'm
just
very
living,
blessed.
very
And I don't feel
blessed.
there's
I
anything
don't
missing in my life except maybe a
missing
man with a
my
Land
life.
Rover for
Land
holidays.
Rover
Only
for
holidays.
holiday.
I say this for fun always. My children tease me no end about that, but I feel there's nothing missing in my life.
Nothing is missing my life.
At the end of my story, I
End of
think
my story.
I want to just
I wanted to
leave behind
leave
that this was a
behind.
beautiful life.
This is
A beautiful life well lived.
Beautiful life well lived.
What if words
What
are
if
a railing in
we're
the dark
in the
night,
dark
giving us
night,
something to
giving
hold on
something to hold
when we
on,
feel
when
utterly
we feel
lost,
ultimately lost,
unsure how to
unsure
proceed?
how to proceed?
What if
What
that
if
home
the
I am
home
so
I am so
missing is
missing is
inside me?
inside me?
What if
What if
that longing for
the
home is
longing for
actually a
home
longing
is
to be
actually
fully
longing
at
to be
home
fully
in
at home
us,
in us,
in
in
me?
me?
What if
What if
that cure
the
for
cure for
loneliness
loneliness
is
is
turning within?
tuning within?
My mother said
My
something
mother
very
said
useful
something
a few
very
years ago,
useful a
and
few
I
years
like
ago.
that.
I like that.
She
She
says,
said,
if there's something
if there's
that you
something
can't
that you
fix,
can't
just step
fix,
over it.
just step over it.
That was
That
useful
was
for me
useful for me
because I think
because
I
I
have that
think
sort
I
of
have that sort of
mind that
mind,
tries to
try to
understand
understand
And
always.
sometimes you
So
cannot
something you cannot
understand
understand
because
it
it makes no
because it
sense.
makes no
Then
sense.
learn
Then
to
learn
just
to
step
just
over
step
it.
over it. Let it go.
That was
That
useful.
was useful.
What's the point
What's the
of
point of
dwelling
dwelling
on
at
stuff
all
that's
stuff
not right?
that's not right?
Take care of it as
Take
good
care
as
of
you
this
can,
as good
and
as
then
you can.
concentrate again
Concentrate
on the
again
things that
in
will actually bring
the
you
thing we
forward,
really bring forward,
rather than hold
rather
you
than hold
back
you
or
back
make you
and
sad.
make you sad.
I've spent lots of years
Spend
being
lots of
sad,
you being
and
sad and
I've
writing a
written
lot about it.
And for me, this
And
was a
to
way
me,
of
this
kind
way
of
was
making
a way of
sense
making
it,
sense
where it
of
comes
it,
from, and
where
why,
it's
and
come
how.
from, and why, and how.
I'm just grateful that
So
my life
grateful
is
that my life
shifted
is so
now, that I
shifted
don't
now.
have
I don't have those overwhelming worry
worries
about my relationship or the sadness in me.
That's gone.
That's gone.
That's gone.
That's gone.
For that I'm grateful.
For
I don't know if it comes
I
also
don't know if
with
you come
with
also with getting older,
that you anyway
that you reach a point where you can be
where you can be at ease
ease
without having
without
to always
having to always find ways to improve things
because they're already good.
because
There's
they're
already
already
so much
good.
good.
They're already so much good.
We've been together for
Been
over 40
together
years.
over 40 years, 40 years married, and have 4 beautiful children.
We had lots of good things, but there were also things that were not so right.
That's alright.
Living in a
Living
relationship
in a relationship
where I
where
loved
the
the
person
person
so much,
but there was
but there
also
was just so much
that
that
was
was
not
not
nourished.
nourished.
We lost the
We
connection
really
to each
lost
other.
connection to
And
each
in a
other.
way,
In
his
a
needs
way,
were
his needs were different than mine.
It's just that we
Just that we had
into
moved
different
into different
directions.
directions.
After we
Separate,
although my head understood it completely and we did it for the right
with
reasons
right
and with
reason,
lots of
with
care,
lots of care.
my heart took
My
a
heart
lot
took
longer
a
to accept
long
that.
upset that.
First of all,
First of all,
disbelief
this belief that this really has ended now.
And I think for
I
quite
think
a long
quite a
time, one
long
always thinks
time,
maybe one can still
maybe
fix
I
it.
can
This
still
can't be
fix
it.
it. I can't be.
But there's another
Another
voice
voice in my head that
it's
says,
time to let
it's
go
time
for
to
a
let
long
go for a
time,
long
so
time, so just accept that.
But
I don't think heart and mind speak the same language. They often misunderstand each other.
What was helpful in that time of my grief was I have a good friend who said to me, you can phone any time of the day, night, if you just need to talk. And that was very
That
helpful
was
because
very
I felt
at times that I couldn't really disappear. I could disintegrate because I was so sad.
And
he just kind of gave me that little bit of like a railing, somebody who
makes sure
makes
that
sure
I'm
that I'm not disappearing.
And he never grew
tired of hearing me talking about my
sadness,
how I don't understand it.
And I think a person hurt needs to talk about that and rehash this whole thing again and again. And I do think eventually
you accept it.